talking about Bo Bichette today, Steve, and he's been very vocal lately about how he, as much as last season it felt like it was unlikely he'd be a long-term Blue Jay at times, given the injury-riddled campaign he had and the unhappiness that kind of permeated that dugout. This year he's talking about, hey, I'm happy to be in a place where I can win and see this through with Vladdy as we've come up together in this game. And yet, they haven't come to a contract agreement. He's still a pending free agent. How do you see his deal shaping up, Steve? The way he's, nobody in the American League has not named Aaron Judge has more hits. Nobody in the American League not named Bobby Witt has more doubles. He's having a hell of a year and a contract year. What kind of problems is that going to pose if the Blue Jays are going to want to re-sign him?
Well, I mean, it's a good problem to have. My owner it was so funny. I'd want to make a trade, and the owner would be like, well, but, he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year, and if you trade for him and he plays well, then you're going to be under pressure to sign him. I'm like, well, isn't that the whole idea? For me to trade for somebody and have him play well? I said, I'll handle it. If we can't sign him, I'll be the one who stands up there and says we can't do it. But let's not trade for a player because we're afraid he might play well for us. Like, that's what we're trying to do. With Bichette, my view is that it's been very difficult to arrive at the right number. Coming into this year, it was going to be impossible. Where the team would start, where he would want it to go, and be treated like what he thinks he could be or what he had been in the past, where the team was looking at what he's been the last couple of years. There was such a gap there that it was a non-starter in a negotiation. I think now, like the Vladdy situation, where Vlad put together a good year, it's easier for the team to look at Bichette at the upper echelon of where he wanted to be looked at, and he's earned that right to evaluate it that way. And he's looking like the Bichette from the past. And so I think that if I'm the agent for Bichette, I would, unless Bo has this adamant view that he just wants to work out a deal with the Jays without going to the open market. But if I'm him, I've got to go to the open market right now. I'm too close to free agency. And I saw where the shortstop market went a couple years ago with Xander Bogaerts and Trey Turner and those on Correa and all those contracts. He had to be licking his chops when that happened. So, that's a market that I think is now a couple years old, and you're talking about, $300 million guys. So, I think they're going to have to wait, and he'll probably go out there and they're going to have to, try to pay him the most money to get him to come here and stay. But I don't think there's anything else you're going to be able to do right now. They're not going to want to negotiate. But Bichette and his agent don't want to negotiate now in season when he's this close to free agency.